You're watching Local 5 News.
Just a few hours ago, the hearing to remove the injunction for the state's fetal heartbeat law wrapped up. It is a bill that was signed back in 2018. It outlawed abortions at 6 weeks of pregnancy, and then in early 2019, a permanent injunction stopped it. Local 5's Khalil Maycock was in the courtroom. Khalil, tell us both sides of the arguments.
Samantha, today's court hearing lasted roughly 2 hours, and it was packed with people listening to those lawyers argue whether this injunction should be kept or overturned. Now, that hearing started with lawyer Christopher Sandoval arguing on behalf of the state, saying the injunction needs to be lifted because of the change in federal law with Roe v. Wade. During his argument, he cited the Spiker case, which was in 2016 multiple times. Now, that dealt with fighting for what's in the best interest of a child. Sandoval says Iowa courts have the ability to overturn the injunction because they could apply the broader common law principle like in that Spiker case. The opposing lawyer Rita Bettis Austin says that's all untrue, and she argued the state does not have a procedural basis to reverse the case.
There is no fundamental right to an abortion in the state of Iowa's Constitution or the U.S. Constitution. Now that it's clear that strict scrutiny is no longer the test, and now that it's clear that the viability line is no more, faithfully applying Iowa binding law requires the court to reach a different result.
Judge Hubbard's final order in 2019 permanently prohibiting the state from enforcing this law against Iowans closed this case, and the state's efforts to revive it and start enforcing the abortion ban are meritless.
Now, that court wrapped up roughly before 3, and a judge's decision is expected at a later date. Live in downtown Des Moines, Khalil Maycock, Local 5 News, we are Iowa.
Khalil, thank you so much for that report. And we want to show you how we got here. After Reynolds signed the bill in 2018, Planned Parenthood of the Heartland filed an injunction, essentially stopping the law from happening until it could be taken up and decided on by a court. In 2019, a district judge struck down the bill, citing an Iowa Supreme Court opinion of a different case. That decision placed a permanent injunction on the law, which is what Reynolds is now fighting.